What's happening? So we're back in the garage, back at work. We are going to be doing the bikes tonight. Gonna knock that little job out really quick so I can scratch that off my list of things to do, and hopefully get back to doing stuff that you're probably here for in the first place. So I was waiting on these bad boys to come in. Some tire liners. I don't want my folks getting flats because that means I'm going to probably end up having to fix them. So that's going to save me some time and money. I don't know if you saw in the last video, but the tires are in. I'm not 100% sure if these are going to fit, but I'm sure they might. The brakes also came in a while ago. I got two different kinds. I don't really know what the difference is, but they're both for the cantilever brake system. I don't know, thought it would look cool or something. So there's that. So we got tires, tire liners, brakes. What else do we need? We need tubes. I should have some tubes laying around here somewhere. Hold on, let me see here. Pretty sure I have a few sets probably somewhere in here. So I'll put my camera down and go find those real quick. Looks like I got two normal tubes that are 26s, and I got two self-sealing tubes that are 26s. So I think I'm going to put these on the rear of the bikes because those are harder to get off. The rims are harder to get off than the front ones. So I'll run the regular normie tubes in the front and these in the back, and the front and the rear will each have their own set of tire liners. So hopefully this ensures a nice setup where the only thing you gotta do is maybe put a little air in here and there. So let's take a look at the bikes. Looks like there's nothing locking them on. They're just kind of hooked up there. So this garage was definitely built around these bikes. So it's kind of like evident that this garage was kind of just built around these bikes. I didn't want to take both of them down, but I figured I was up there. First one came out pretty quick, but the second one, they put up this insulation. You can see it right above there, this blue stuff right here, and they built the framing for it. And I know for a fact that those bikes have been sitting up there before that insulation went up. So that insulation was built around, it's like 30-year-old dust. But yeah, so you could tell that was pain in that butt, but we got them both down. Just look at how filthy. Look at that layer of filth. So gross. So these have got some chunky tires on them. I don't know what size these are, but these are fat. Look how dirty this is. But yeah, so there's the two bikes. I'm gonna go spray them down really quick and then bring them back in the garage. Boom, fresh. These are looking 100 times better already, and all I did was hose them off real quick. So that tells me the clear coat and the chrome on these is still pretty good because there's nothing's really sticking. I'm sure if I took a paper towel to this, it'd be pretty obvious that they're really dirty still, but this is clean enough for me to work on. So gonna pop off the brakes so we can get the tires off easier. Get my wrenches in order. It's got a quick release on the front on both of these, so that's gonna be easy. And then the back's probably gonna be like a 15 or something stupid like that because of imperialism. Alright, so since these tubes are flat, I don't have to take off the brakes first. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop off the front and rear tires or wheels. There you go. And then you just kind of repeat the process for the other one. And when you check out your bike rim, you kind of want to just feel through right here and make sure there's nothing sticking out, no metal poking out, no splinters from the metal if you got a screwdriver in there and didn't use plastic tools or rubber tools. So this is fine, so I can go ahead and get the other one started. Alright, jeez. That is way more work than these are going to be, the other ones are going to be. Alright. We got to get our tires. Boom. Fresh. You see the white walls. So these don't appear to be directional tires, so if you get a set of tires, just make sure that if they're directional, then make sure that you have them in the right direction. It's pretty straightforward. Alright, so now that we got our rims all cleaned up, we're going to go ahead and get the tires started. But first what you want to do is get your tube and then start to inflate it a little bit so it's just partially inflated. get it to have a little bit of shape. And we got these tire liners here. And what I usually do, but I'm not going to do it on these ones just because I want to see how everything works out before I send these off to be ridden on the street or whatever, is what I like to do with this right here is you want to make sure that you keep it clean. For one, you don't want any rocks or dust or just nothing needs to go inside the tube besides the tire liner and the tube. I mean, nothing needs to go inside the tire besides the tire liner and the tube. So what I like to do with these typically is, now this is just like a thin, like flexible rubber or plastic polymer dealy. And what I like to do with these is I like to actually get like a rubber cement spray or spray adhesive and spray the inside of the tube, the tire, and then attach this with a little bit of rubber cement. So the battery's going to die. I'm going to this tire liner put up in one of these tires. And these come in different sizes. You can just get whatever one fits your bike. I can already tell this is going to be way easier to do if you get some of that rubber adhesive spray it in here, because otherwise you're kind of just going to be relying on gravity to hold this thing in. That going, get your tire, on your tube. Now this will help keep it in place, but you still would be way better off with, see, it starts to slide out, but you'd be way better off with just spraying. Going to the store, paying like $8 for some 3M adhesive spray. Get those things to stick up in there. So otherwise they're gonna do this. Alright. So this actually did a pretty good job staying in there. So before you go and put them on your bike, just kind of run through and make sure that it's not slipping out the side anywhere. dang. All taken care of very quick. So I still have the stock brakes on these because they do still stop the tires pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and fill these up with some air, and then after that, maybe tomorrow I'll give them a little test ride, or have them give them a test ride. Let me know if the brakes need to be changed. Either way, I'll probably end up changing them, but for now we're gonna let them just ride. But for now we're gonna pump these up too. I'm gonna go with like about 55 psi. It's pretty crazy, man. I've been seeing these bikes up here posted since I was a kid, and now, if you noticed in the background, this little Spider-Man bike is my nephew's, and I just trapped it in there, but you see it. Boom. Tons of tire pressure, nice fat tires, so it should be pretty comfortable. I was worried about letting them use like the knobby tires because I feel like knobby tires are more likely to make it so they can just kind of flip over, like if they hit a hard left or right with their handlebars. With these, they're going to be able to just kind of slide around. Hopefully it's good enough. But yeah, so there goes my nephew's bike, little Spider-Man G-Dang. And hopefully they can all ride together. Hopefully I can join them. This is my dad's bike. I kind of just put it up against his bike to mess with him a little bit. Like, boom, look at this. I made sure not to be disrespectful, and it's all resting on this rubber grommet for the shock fork right there, so it's not like there's anything metal to metal touching it. He might not know. He might get pissed off, but I don't know. I think that's a pretty sweet deal right there. Fresh bike. I haven't changed the brake pads out on them. I think the brake pads are going to be fine. If they test it out and they don't like it, I got fresh brake pads. Either way, I'm not returning them, so they're not going anywhere. But that's going to do it. It's like damn near 5 a.m. And this took way longer than I thought it would. But it is all good, because when you get a job done and it's done right, you feel good. So take that with you. Peace out. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Have a good day. Have a good week. Have a good weekend. Just do you and have a good time doing it. Peace.